What's going on, guys? It's Jim. I got an important update for you about your EIDL, Economic Injury Disaster Loan, to get a $1,000 free payment, okay? This is for anybody who's self-employed, small businesses, anybody who works for themselves. So if you're uncertain, go ahead and fill this stuff out. We've covered this topic before, but basically there's more funding for it now. So $1,000 for free, up to $10,000, so $1,000 per employee. So if you're by yourself, you get $1,000. If it's you and another person, it's $2,000 or however it is, okay? The House just approved the funding for $484 billion. That's the bill to add more funding and aid to small businesses and hospitals. We'll go over that in a second. But this bill is supposed to be signed by Trump on Friday to make it official, but it's been passed by the House. In this video, I'm going to cover really quickly how to apply for the EIDL if you have not done that already. And then I'm going to cover more details about what this bill is offering and the funding that you're going to be able to get. Now, if you guys have any questions at all about this, you're confused in any way, let me know in the comments below. I read and answer every single one, and I'll do my best to give you guys your answers that you're looking for and help you guys out. Also, if you could do me a favor and just hit the like button on this video, it helps this video get out there so more people can find out about this information, and it'll help my video grow, and it'll make me very happy since I don't make any money making these videos. Anyway, let's get into it. First things first, this thing was originally released March 27th. I filed my application within a day or two after the notice. I never got money from it. So I'm self-employed, I have a business, I do home improvement work. I never got anything back from this. So you got to just hurry up and do this. If you've already applied, like me, then you do not need to apply again. So I was thinking, do I have to apply again? The answer is no, do not apply again. Your claim will continue to be processed first come, first served basis. Basically, you're still in line. So let's cover this really quick. We'll go over more details on that stuff later, and we'll cover things about the PPP, the Paycheck Protection Program, as well. So what you're going to want to do is go to the website sba.gov. You're going to hit read more, or learn more, sorry, and then it brings you to this screen here. Now it has a notice here saying the SBA is unable to accept new applications at this time for the Paycheck Protection Program or the Economic Injury Disaster Loan related assistance programs based on available appropriations funding. So that means once this thing goes through, you're going to be able to access the portal. So you're going to want to keep an eye on this. Set yourself reminders, check it on your phone all the time to know. If you want, another good tip is if you save a bookmark onto your home screen on your phone, then you're able to just click and it'll bring you right up to the thing. I'll show you how to do that. I'll put it up on the screen. So that brings you to the next page, and again it says that notice that applications are unavailable at this time. So you want to keep looking out for that. You have your overview, it tells you what all this is about, and then your eligibility. Do you apply to this? So it's any small business under 500 employees, sole proprietorships, independent contractors, self-employed persons, nonprofit organizations, and veteran organizations, all affected by this scenario. So it's super simple to do. Even though it won't let you access the portal, what I'll do is I'll throw up on the screen right now how to do it. In one of my previous videos, I filmed it, so I'll just cut that in right now, and then we'll go back to talking about the bill, what this funding is going to be used for, and some updates on the PPP. So I'm actually a business. I have an LLC, so I'm going to click the first one. Applicant is a business with not more than 500 employees. So you're just going to want to go down, view and check all the following. If you don't check these, you're not going to get it, so just check them all. So my business name and my trade name are the same name. So now I ask for your EIN number. Now it's asking what your organization type is. So obviously mine's an LLC. I'm going to go ahead and click LLC. If you're something else, then click the other thing, sole proprietor, S Corp, C Corp, whatever. I know mine is not a nonprofit organization. Is the applicant a franchise? No. So now it's going to ask basically a bunch of information about your business, how much money you made, and basically your expenses. It's also going to ask your assets and everything like that. So go ahead and fill these out. Now, if you have any rental properties and you lost rent due to the disaster, you're going to want to go ahead and list this. I do have rental properties, but I have not lost any rent yet, so I'm not going to include that on there. It's asking for compensation from other sources received as a result of the disaster. I have not received any compensation at all, so I'm going to go ahead and put $0 in. And now it's just asking information, your address, so go ahead and fill that out. And the next thing, it wants to know what your business is about. So for me, I do home improvement work. Hopefully they have something under that category. I think the closest thing to me would be construction and contractors. So I'm gonna go ahead and click that. And it's gonna want detailed business activity. And I'm gonna do housing related. So I don't do structural or remodeling. I do housing related stuff. Number of employees, I have 0 employees. Now it just wants more personal information. Title, I am the owner. Owner percent, 100. Email, social security number, birth date, place of birth. I am a U.S. citizen, residential address. Now it's just asking some additional information. In the past year, has a business or listed owner been convicted of any criminal offense? No. I would like to be considered for an advance up to $10,000. Click the box, people. This is where you click it. Bank name, where to send funds. All right, so once you got all your information, it's going to give you a summary. You're going to go ahead and just review all that stuff. Scroll to the very bottom. Make sure you check that you're not a robot and hit submit. So $484 billion. What does it cover? $310 billion will go towards the Paycheck Protection Program. Now, if you guys have been following the news, there's been a lot of issues with that. Businesses that shouldn't have gotten it have snuck their way into it and have been taking money from it. Companies that are larger than 500 employees. Shake Shack was one of them. They ended up getting $10 million from that program and they weren't supposed to. So there's a lot of issues there. There's banks getting sued over this. Chase, Wells Fargo, I think United Bank, no, I don't want to say the wrong one, but Bank of America, they're getting sued over this because they've been prioritizing who's getting this money, which is a big no-no. This program is meant for small businesses only, not the big guys. The reason why the banks are doing it is because they have larger processing fees since the numbers are larger. So, it's just not right. In a time like this, you're trying to support your small businesses. It also says $60 billion of this is going to go towards the EIDL. So within that, you're getting your $10 million for your grant money and then the rest for the loans. $75 billion is going to go to hospitals and healthcare providers. It's also putting $25 billion towards testing across the country, so I think that's really great. So that's what this new funding is going to be allocated towards. So it's basically to replenish the plans that we already have in place. An update on your stimulus checks, your stimulus package. A lot of people are still waiting on those. Okay, I covered this in a video yesterday. If you want to know the full detail, I'll link it here. I'll put it at the end screen and I'll link it down below. I know a lot of people have gotten it. Over 80 million checks out of 150 have gone out. A lot of dead people are getting them. Okay, yeah, dead people because the computer systems that the government uses are so antiquated, they can't update in real time their death records, which is just bizarre. So you have that issue. You get people getting the wrong amounts, too much, too little. And guys, if you haven't done it already, update your bank account information. If the IRS doesn't have your right bank account, it's going to go to your old bank account and you won't get the money. You're going to have to wait for a paper check in the mail. It's going to take a lot longer. Also, mail, update your address. If you have moved in the past year or two, make sure they know your correct address or it's going to go to your old house. So that's pretty much where we're at with the stimulus checks. You just got to keep waiting. There's a portal where you could go on to check the status of your thing, but a lot of people have trouble with that as well. Some say it'll give you the status right up front. Others say we can't find it. And a lot of people who couldn't find it ended up just waiting it out and it showed up into their bank account. The problem is you cannot call anyone for tech support or assistance with this. It puts you to voicemail and tells you to go online. So that's that. As far as these other proposed plans, there is an idea. It's a proposed idea for the $2,000 a month stimulus. I made a video on that. Check it out up here. And there's also another idea for canceling rent and mortgages for an entire year. I also made a video on that. Go check that out above here. Those things are just proposed ideas. They still have a long way to go. They still have to go through the House, the Senate, and the President. And along that way, there's going to be a lot of changes being made if they even go down that road. I'm not sure if they will. I don't really feel confident with the bills the way they're written right now. There's just a lot of loose ends that got to be tied up. And they also just allocated almost $500 billion towards this. So to add another, couple $100 billion or $1 trillion, we got to take it slow here. So if you guys have any questions about any of this information at all, let me know in the comments below. I will do my best to give you the information you're looking for. And with that said, thank you for watching. Hit the like button on this video because it'll help other people find out about this information and it'll help my video grow. I'd really appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel if you want to be kept up to date with more information. And with that, thank you again for watching. I'm Jim. I'll see you in the next one.